we're here at Knives UK. Edge Matters, represented by the founders. What are your thoughts on the show?
Well, for us, the show has always been something that we've aspired to support. It's always been the premier show in the UK for knife enthusiasts. It wasn't only till recently that we started Edge Matters, and it's been our goal to keep supporting, this particular event. We have a lack of events in the UK generally. So when you've got something that is more focused on the knives and sharp edged items itself, it's good for us. So what do you think of it, Paul?
Absolutely. I mean, Mike, who's run Knives UK for a long time, is a very approachable guy. He's a great enthusiast himself, and we've got to know him very well. And I think Darren knows him even particularly better than we do. we asked if we could have a little bit in Knives UK, and he was open-armed about it. And of course, one of the raison d'etres of of Edge Matters is that we support and help where we can UK knife makers.
This show is very heavily aimed towards. It's not really aimed at the production.
It's not just about collectors and knives per se. A lot of it is about how we can build or help to build the UK knife making scene. So we'll support it where we can. Yeah.
We'd like to be doing some more demos this year, but I understand that there's no marquee outside.
Yes,
it's a bit of a
I've
shame, because the demos were one of the positive things that we really liked about it. But maybe next year.
Yeah. So you've done demos in the past.
Yeah.
They've been very successful and very informative, and I think that also helps to build on this this foundation for supporting knife making, not just the professional makers and letting them know what supplies are out there, but the aspiring sort of amateur makers who get to come here and see what's available to them, on a demonstration basis, which Bruce does a lot of with his sort of resin impregnation, the vac forming and so forth. Vacuum stabilising.
Yeah.
That is for me one of the key things to see with regard, looking after and making sort of stabilised wood scales, etc. So when you've got such an open forum and a marquee to do that, you do attract a lot of amateur makers and professionals alike who can utilise that service. So yeah.
I think the other thing as well is the demos often open people's eyes up, and there's probably a misunderstanding about knives per se with the general public. And okay, so a lot of people that come here are interested in knives anyway, but the demos help to really boost the whole knife making origin and how everything is done, and make people realise how much more involved knife making is.
And I think there's a lot of enthusiasm as well to be, I think the demos kind of instill enthusiasm. They really make people,
absolutely,
they open people's eyes to the kind of things that are available. And it's a very positive thing. It is a shame that they're not having them this year, but perhaps next year again.
Yeah. So in the other coverage, I won't be able to show the demos, unfortunately, but hopefully next year.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and we'll have a look around the show and see what there is this year.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a pleasure.
It's the only time I get to show people what I make in the flesh for a start off.
Yeah.
It's the only chance we get in England, so it's quite a big deal, really. If it wasn't for the show here today, nobody would see what I make, only in photos or forums or word of mouth.
Of course, being able to handle them makes a big difference.
It's important, yeah. People can pick them up and see them, feel them, and appreciate what goes into making them. There's a lot of work involved, as you can imagine, a week for a single blade. And, people are going to spend a lot of money with me, and seeing it from a picture is not the same as picking it up and feeling it, and that really makes a lot of difference coming here. And it's my only chance, so it's worth it.
Excellent.
It really is.
Did I hear that you didn't have as much with you as you would have liked, because actually they're flying out the door?
As fast as I make one, it has to go, I'm afraid. People have waited upwards of 3 years, and now it's over 4 to get one from me. So if they are on my back, where's my knife? Where's my knife?
Yeah.
So as fast as I make it, I have to sell them. So I have to always end up borrowing them back. And today I came with nothing to sell, only purely to show them to people. And
But then people can really understand what
Yeah.
what you're producing.
yeah, of course I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice. And I talk to people on forums, Facebook, Instagram. I've got no idea who they are, other than a name somewhere like you.
Yeah,
And then I get to see them, and it makes people happy. Is another good thing, you know.
it does.
It cheers them up.
Yeah.
It makes their day.
How many years have you been coming to this
This
show
is
now?
our fourth year, I think.
Fourth year.
Yeah, fourth year.
Excellent.
So
and have you noticed any changes over the year?
It's got
either in-
busier.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, today was frantic. We couldn't breathe with people earlier, which was pretty something, really. You know,
Yeah.
it really is. It's good.
Yeah, that is
It's
excellent.
great to see.
Okay.
It's good for everybody,
Yeah.
isn't it? The more exposure that, you know, knives are a swear word in this country. It's a bad thing, and it's not like that at all, is it? It
No.
really isn't. And people need educating that they're quality tools to be used, treasured, loved, whatever people want them for, but they're not for harming anybody. They never have been, and that's important that message gets across, I think, really.
We started back in 2006 when there was no show in the UK, and I was a bit jealous of other countries that had these things, and I just decided, you know, we're gonna try and do something. So hired a little room in a place in Exeter, asked some people to turn up, and the rest is history, really. You know, we grew out of that the first year. Moved to a bigger venue in Bristol, and immediately grew out of that year. Came to Tortworth, which is a fairly decent sized hotel, and we've been here since 2008.
So you sort of had a passion for the knife industry, I imagine, your whole life.
Yeah.
And also you run a business that buys and sells knives as well.
Yeah.
So when it came to organising the first show, most of the exhibitors are sort of custom makers, you know, the actual makers. We're not talking about production manufacturers coming along. So was it because of your experience in the industry, did you know all of these people?
No.
How did you get them together?
Because I wasn't really doing anything then either. You know, that was just something I actually wanted to be a knife maker with everybody else, but it just didn't happen. I sort of turned a slightly different angle and ended up buying and selling custom and collectible bits and pieces, and I suppose really I've grown with the show as much as anything else. And I've met some really good people and made some good friends over the years as well through it. Met a lot of really nice people.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for this just brief little chat. I know we're both exhausted now.
Yeah, a little bit.
But looking forward to another show.
Yeah, looking forward to the future as always.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.